This week on the Organized Life podcast.
When you're disorganized, it steals your time, right? It can steal money from you because you're either perhaps you lost money around the house, because I don't know how many clients I found money for, but also like if you don't know where something is and then you're buying an extra thing, right?
Hey, and welcome to the Organized Life podcast, where we are creating a movement with powerful organizing strategies and systems that save you space, time, energy, and money. I am your host, Tequila Renee, the life organizing strategist and the owner of Extreme Audacity Organized Solutions. So today we are continuing our conversation with my girl, certified professional organizer, Naeemah Ford Goldson, and we are still continuing the conversation on how clutter is stealing from us and what that looks like. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and check it out. What do you feel like disorganization steals from people, you or who your clients, or like have you ever had a time even when you like felt disorganized?
So, I'm sure I can't really think of it. Let me think. Okay, I'll use this. So, when I became a mom, I'll say, well, not directly when I became a mom, but when my oldest son became a toddler, right?
Yeah.
And he would play with toys and just leave them everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like realizing, oh, this is why my siblings' homes look like this. This is why my friend's house looks like this. This is why there are toys around, because this is what babies, toddlers, little kids do, right? They play, they make messes.
Yes.
Right. So that's when I decided to become a professional organizer after having my first son.
Oh.
But I feel like it pushed me, because I think before when I was just living with my husband, before we had kids, I feel like I had more of a like minimalist, and I feel like I don't feel like I'm a maximalist. I'm not a minimalist though, but my home was more minimalistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like not a whole lot of things, and but then kids come and people send them more clothes, they send them toys,
yes,
they send them gadgets, they're sending them all these things. So then it's like you're accumulating a lot of stuff. And when I started with it, I had like a little cute little treasure chest toy box, right? But very soon, like that didn't work anymore because there were way too many toys. So then I'm like, okay, let me get a toy sorter, but I feel like that was probably the time in my life where I felt the most disorganized and out of control, right? I think if anything, becoming a parent will make you feel out of control.
And it will.
I have this little person that I'm responsible for. I got to try to keep them alive. I have to do this. I have to feed them. I have to make sure they have clean clothes. And let's not talk about the laundry when it comes to babies, right? Like fit up, blowouts, things like that. Like you're doing laundry like around the clock. And that's how it was for me. It was just a stressful time in my life. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I didn't really get it until my second son was born, right? Okay. And they're 2.5 years apart, right? So then when he was born, I was like, okay, I think I got this. Okay. This is how you do it. So it took a while for me to, it almost felt like a culture shock or something.
Yes.
Because this is like something that I'm not used to. All of a sudden, I have this baby in this house. The energy in my home feels different. There's a lot of crying. I'm breastfeeding around the clock. I'm not sleeping through the night. And, just all those things that come with being a mom. And it was just really hard, but it took me a little bit, but I was able to get it. But I definitely think that when you're disorganized, it steals your time, right? It can steal money from you because you're either perhaps you lost money around the house, because I don't know how many clients I found money for, but also like if you don't know where something is and then you're buying an extra thing, right? Like let's use seasonings for example, because I feel like when I go into people's houses, they always have so many seasonings that you have to throw away that are expired, like years expired, right? But like think about that. Like, I didn't realize I had 4 canisters of pepper, and here I'm buying more pepper. And then most of these are expiring soon, right? Yeah. So it's like wasting money in that sense. So I think it steals your time, it steals your money, it steals your energy, because let's just talk about the energetic shift when you walk into a disorganized space. Right? I just feel like when I walk into a disorganized space, it weighs a little heavy on me. And that sometimes still happens to me when I walk in the client spaces. Like if I haven't seen the client space yet and I look, and sometimes I get overwhelmed, like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And then I'm like, all right, give me the knowledge. What do I do? And then I start in this corner. Let's do this. Start here. Let's do that. You know?
You just got to find that one spot to start in.
Right. It's like start in a corner, work your way around, start with a specific item, work your way around, So I just think like now, being older, being more experienced, it's easy for me to go into the space. And I sit with my overwhelm, I sit with it. It's like, okay, this space is overwhelming. I see what this person was dealing with. I get it. We're going to fix that for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like to do, now I'm doing coaching for virtual organizing. So one of the things that I talk about is first you have to make room. So clearing the floor, like even if maybe you are starting in the corner, but you got to make room. You got to make sure it's safe for you to even walk in the space, because sometimes it's not even safe to walk in. Right. If you're like maybe doing a laundry room that they just threw clothes in, first we got to clear the floor. And like when you just even do that, the instant gratification that you feel, it's like it's like woosah.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the quickest thing to do, to just pick up the clothes, to get the trash up, and just really just clear the floor real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. So tell me, when you work with clients, what do you feel like the biggest reward is for them? Like what is it that you feel like they gain most from getting organized?
So I think a lot of them kind of gain peace of mind, right?
Yes.
I think that, like we say, like the energy feels different. Like the energy can flow better in the home when the space is clear, right? When you know where things are, when you know where to look for things. I think that, that's a big thing with people. And a lot of times they don't realize that's something that they needed, right? But then they have like that sigh of relief once it's done, or just the excitement, like, yes, I helped clear this out. It's like I can do this. It's not hard. Like I can do it, like I feel like it feels a lot of times people feel overwhelmed at first. And then when we start getting into the flow of it, then it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Right. And then like your space is cleared and you just feel better about yourself. But also I think it also staying organized helps people to kind of like not be so attached to things. At least that's how it is for me, And I feel like with some of my clients, I've seen how, in like maybe in the beginning, where they're so attached to their things, like all these clothes that you're never gonna wear.
Yes.
Clothes that you haven't worn, that you've had for years. And it's like, oh no, I don't want to get rid of that because of this. I don't want to get rid of that because of this. Right. But then it's like, the more and more you work with people, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with letting that go. Oh yeah, let's let that go. And that's how it is for me. Like when things don't serve me anymore, I let it go and I'm fine with it. Like these are just things, like
it gets so much easier. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah.
And I found the same to be true with my clients. That first session, you could tell they are struggling with letting things go and like struggling with maybe 5 black shirts all look exactly the same. Do we really need all of those? And they still want to keep all of them, and that's okay. But I had one client, she told me we like literally did her entire house. And by the time we got to, we did her master closet first, By the time we got to like her last 2 or 3 sessions, she was like, I think I want to purge my closet some more.
Okay. See?
Right? So they start to, and then you could see like, even when we're working together, the more we work together, they start to purge easier. It becomes easier. Like, oh yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah.
It's such a refreshing thing to watch them grow and develop in the process because they're learning tools that they didn't have before.
Right.
Yeah. Do you find that their vision expands for their space when it starts to become clear?
I think so. Because I think a lot of the times they don't realize what they could be doing in their space, to their space, within their spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think when it's clear, then, again, it like kind of opens your mind like to the possibilities of things like, oh, well, I can use this for this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, maybe I can do my crafts in here. And maybe I
Yeah.
can, put a desk right there. And,
Yeah.
so I think that it's really helpful for people with helping with their vision because if you have a cluttered space, like, you're not going to have a clear mind when you're in a
Mm-mm.
cluttered space. You're just going to be overwhelmed. And there are a lot of people who they see the clutter in a space, they look at it and they just close the door and walk out, right? Like
Listen,
they're like, I'm not dealing with that.
I'm not interested.
And I don't blame them because there are times if I see a space and I'm like, oh my God, okay, well, let's get started.
Let's
I'm
go.
always like, well, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get
Yeah.
going,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I get it. I get that feeling. But it's like the thing is, just go in, just do it, just get it done, just start, right? Even if you're just
Mm-hmm.
doing like 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a
Yeah.
day, 30
Yeah.
minutes a day, just start. And I promise you, eventually it'll get done.
Yeah. It's I think that's the hardest part is starting.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part. It's so easy to hide from it. I mean, just think about other things in your life that you don't want to do,
Right.
right? It's like, ugh, let me just start it,
Yeah.
right? So it's the same thing for them. Like they don't know probably where to start, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where they need guidance and they get overwhelmed, and that's when they call us.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let me start with the phone call.
Right. Right. And sometimes that's the necessary step that needs to be taken. Right. Like
Yeah,
look up the organizers in your area. Start with that. Go to the NABPO website to find your organizer
that's right. That's
and
right.
start there.
Yes. How are you with digital organization? That is an area of opportunity for me. I have gotten a lot better since having an assistant because I have to make sure that I'm as organized as possible when you're working with somebody else. How do you feel? I still feel like a mess though digitally.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's because my standard is a little bit high. But how are you with that? I'm interested to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to get overwhelmed with digital organization, especially because we're constantly getting emails, right? Like constantly getting emails. The way I've tried to combat that is having just different email accounts for different things. So I have my junk email account that
Yeah.
I give to any like retail places, or if I have to give my email address or something like that, then I have my junk email where I know nothing important is going to go into that email. So
Mhm.
that's my junk email. I can just go ahead and delete everything. And
Right.
like, like I can just delete everything as long as maybe I'll star something if it's a receipt or something like that, but I can just delete everything else and I
Yeah.
don't feel bad or feel like I missed something.
Yeah.
I have my email address where anything that's important goes to, right? Like something I don't want to miss, something that I think is important. I have that email address. And then my husband and I, we have a shared one where our bills go, right? And it's
Mm.
only the only email address we use for our bills. So any like paperless like statements or anything like that, it comes there. When we pay things online, the receipt goes there, right? So we know what to look for. So I find it easier to have like a few different email accounts to help me stay organized. And then on my like computer, I have folders for everything, right? Like all my files, anything that I save or download, I'm putting it into a folder. If it's something that I don't need, I just delete it right away because I feel like it's so easy to get overwhelmed with digital clutter. And that's not to say that I'm always like on top of it. You know, there are times where I look and I have thousands of email in my junk email, you know, and it's like, okay, let me make sure there's nothing I miss. Okay, now delete everything, right? So there are still times where I might take a day and just go through all my email accounts and delete all the stuff that I don't need, right? Easy, I feel like, to get backed up, but I just maintain it the best that I can. I don't think I'm an expert when it comes to digital organization, but for me, it's not as overwhelming just because the different systems I've set in place for it.
Yeah. So I am too, like you. So my emails are not a mess. I don't know that I can handle that. My emails are pretty organized. I have my personal email, then I have my personal junk email. So I have the personal one where all my important stuff go. Then I have the junk one where I use to when I'm signing up for an app or some type of program or something like that. And then I have my business junk one. Like, because you can sign up for stuff, and then they start sending you, like if I'm signing up for a business app or something like that. And then I have my business one for me personally. So I'm pretty organized on that. Where I fall off the wagon is when I'm in my creativity mode and I'm trying to create things and ebooks and files for clients and or just planning stuff and all these different things. And so now I'm gotten a lot better, but I have not went back and dealt with all the things that I've had, over the years. So it's not so bad, but I just feel like, and then I'm like my clients, I don't want to purge it. I'm like, I might need that I might need that document.
Yeah. So I would challenge you, like, to think about the last time you used the document and if realistically you'll use it. And if realistically you might use it, just create a folder, documents I might use, or something along those lines, and put it in there. But yeah, I know sometimes it's hard to let things go. But
and I think for me it's easy to keep it because it's not taking up physical space.
Yeah.
But
it's taking up space on your computer, right?
And I know.
Email and
I can't see it right now.
Right.
In my physical space, I have always been pretty organized. Digitally, it's been a challenge for me, even in my time. And I used to overbook myself a lot because I wasn't managing my time. So that is even a part of what I consider the organized life. That it's not just about your space, it's about like managing your time, managing your events, managing where you even put your energy, right? So that's when we talk about the organized life, we're not talking about just your physical space, it's the holistic part of you. Every area of your life, right? Whether it's your business, your personal life, we got to play too, right? Our children, how are we putting all that together and making something that works for us that actually we can still live with peace and productivity on a daily basis? Because even if our space is organized, but listen, you're overbooking yourself, you're running these kids here and there, and then I forgot I got to do this, I got to go to the grocery store. Oh, well, what are we having for dinner? All of these things, even if your space is organized, you can still feel a mess.
Yeah. I completely agree with you on that.
Or how are you with that? Like, do you feel like, I feel like you are, because I know your personality. Like, are you like a very time?
Yes and no, I would say. I would say, like, traditionally, like, okay, so compared to me and my family, like my siblings and my mom, I am on it.
So it's all about what you compare yourself to.
Right. Now, compared to me and my husband, maybe I'm not quite on it, you know?
And that's just like what I said. I thought I was super organized, and then I went and stayed in the hotel with Naeemah, and I'm like, oh, I gotta up my game. Girlfriend came, she hung all her clothes up. She was like, are you gonna use those hangers? And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna leave my stuff right here in this bag, and I'll live out of my suitcase, and my bag is organized, and all these things. I'll just iron it in the morning. She's like, let me hang this up. Let me hang this up. Let me put my shoes over here all nice and neat. I was like, okay, girl.
I do that. Yeah. Even if I'm just there for like 3 days, it's like, no, I got to unpack myself. I got to see what I have. I need to let the wrinkles, like, let my things hang out, air out, get the wrinkles out. And
yeah, I just earn them.
It's to easily find everything. So I love like, if I'm staying in a hotel, Airbnb, I love like making sure I have a closet. Like I hate it when there aren't any hangers. It's like, where are the hangers? Like we have a closet, where are the hangers,
So. Did we get extra hangers too? She was like, I didn't use any. I maybe used 1 or 2 hangers, but she was like, she used all the hangers, and then she was like, and I still need some more.
I usually do. And I usually always have to ask for extra hangers.
Because it was not enough. They only give you like 2 or 3 if we're being fair.
They don't give you enough. Like it's like they expect like men to come on a business trip and hang up 1 suit or something.
Well, or already be on a hanger.
Right.
Yeah, but we bring our dresses and we need to hang them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another level for me. My standard is a little bit higher just because I got to stay with you in the hotel.
Girl. Oh, that's so funny. My siblings would be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah. So tell us about NABPO. How did that all come about, and like what was that for you? Like, because it's been such a blessing for me. I want to know what your experience of it was, doing it, going through it, creating it, and even now.
Yeah. So NABPO came out of Professional Organizing Sisters, right? When I first became a professional organizer and I was trying to find where I fit in, basically, I reached out to several organizers in the Atlanta area and to see if I can shadow them and see, how they work and things like that. And most of them would just be like, oh, I don't work with people I don't know, or oh, just join NABPO. But then when I reached out to this Black woman who just coincidentally looked like me, like freckles, everything, she looked like me, right? So it was literally someone that looked like me. I reached out to her and I told her, hey, I'm interested in becoming a professional organizer. I would love to meet with you, maybe shadow you, this and that. She was like, oh, of course. Let's meet up at, I don't know, I think we met up at Dunkin' Donuts to meet up and for her to pick my brain and, let's talk about what my goals were and things like that. And then she's like, I'm actually going to a client's house right now. You can come with me. And I'm like, okay. So it was something, it wasn't an actual session, but it was like kind of like a consultation where she was meeting with a client. So I got to meet her client. I got to see what her interaction was like with her client, and then she's like, if you want to do this again, I have another client like next week, you can come with me and you can help out. So I was like, yes, of course. So I went with her with another client and I got to see how she did her paper organization. And I kind of mimicked how I do paper organization after how she did it, right? So I worked with her on, I think I went to a couple of her jobs. And then, she called me and was like, okay, so when are you going to start your business? And I was like, oh, probably next year. I need to save money. I need to do this. I need to do that. She's like, no, you don't. You just do it now. The startup cost is very minimal. All you have to do is this, this, and this. And then I looked into it and she was right, And she even told me, she was like, you can focus on moms because they don't have a lot of that around here and this, and that. Like she gave me so much like good advice. She didn't tell me that I wasn't ready to get into the organizing industry. She was just, she listened to like my concerns and everything. And she encouraged me to start my business. Right. So then I started my business and I'm like, wow, like the person that helped me was someone that looked like me. Right. So then as I was going through, and I didn't join NABPO. I'm a member of NABPO now, but I didn't join NABPO right away. And NABPO is the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals. So I didn't join them right away because every time I was going to join NABPO, there was some new stipulation, right? It's like, oh, now it's this. Oh, now it's that. Oh, now it's this. It's like, why do they keep changing their stipulations? I'm not sure I want to join. And plus, the people who recommended NABPO to me didn't necessarily make me feel welcome, right? So I joined ICD instead, and I got my education and everything through ICD. And then I then started joining those groups on Facebook, right? The Facebook groups that we were a part of. There was this big group that we were a part of that, you know, when I would ask questions, they would go ignored or be met with like a snarky response. And I'm like, you know, this is crazy. Are they like trolling me? Like, what's going on here? And then I noticed some of your questions and it was like the same thing. And I was like, all right, I'm going to just try to create a community just for us, you know.
I see a problem, and I'm going to try to solve it.
Exactly, right? And so at that point, it was like, you know, Black women, but then it's like, you know, I kind of see this with, you know, most BIPOC women, right? Like it's oftentimes, you know, we're not looked at as experts. It's like, you can't possibly be an expert. How do you know this? How do you, like, forget all the history of, you know, we're the ones in history that have done the housekeeping. Like, we keep the home, we raise the children, we do all this, right? So just thinking about it from a history perspective, we should be experts anyway, right?
Absolutely.
Put it like that. Like our mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, you know, they have been doing this, right? Like, been doing it, right? So, but anyway, so then I created Professional Organizing Sisters. I saw you in that other group that shall remain nameless, but I saw you in that group. And I was like, girl, please come over here. It's better here. It's a small group, but a small but mighty group, you know? Everyone, I feel like there was a lot of excitement because there were other Black female professional organizers.
That's all we need. You just need to see a person that looks like you.
Right. And you need that encouragement, right? Like, you need to be encouraged. Like, I don't know, like, if I didn't have that lady early on who mentored me, I don't know that I would have started my business. I might not have ever started my business. I might have been scared and just went back to corporate America, you know? I don't know. But with that encouraged me to create Professional Organizing Sisters. And then I'm like, we can go beyond this. Like, there are so many women around the country, around the world, you know, that were in that group. And, you know, maybe we can collaborate. So I reached out to the group to see who was in Atlanta and who wanted to meet up. So I met up with a group of women in Atlanta. We had brunch. We loved our connection. It was just great. It was great seeing other Black women that are professional organizers. And mind you, these women have all other things going on, right? Other full-time jobs, raising families, like, you know, kids, like just all that stuff. And we got together, we loved it. And then I think there was one of the founders of NABPO, Shahida. She wasn't there at the brunch, but she, in the group, in the Professional Organizing Sisters group, she said, hey, everyone, I'm speaking at this place if anyone wants to come. I actually went to that to support her. And that's when I first met her. And then she and I started talking about creating something, you know, like, we should do something. We should do a conference. We should do this. We should do that. So then that prompted me to reach out to everyone that I think I reached out to people in the group in general and said, hey, we should talk about collaboration. If anyone's available, I'm going to have a brunch at my house. And 6 women showed up to that, right? And then what we decided to do was like, oh, maybe we do a conference in the Atlanta area. And then maybe we create an association, right? So then, you know, we were talking about the conference. And then I was like, y'all, I think we should just go ahead and create the association now, because like, why are we waiting? Like, we might as well, like, if we want other women around the country to be able to feel included in something, we should go ahead and create this association now. So then Ebony and Orderly started first, and then like a month later, NABPO was born, right? Gotcha. And so the same women who created Ebony and Orderly, who met at my house, and the coincidence was just that we were in the Atlanta area and we all got together, right? And so then we created it. we like did all our due diligence, like set up the nonprofit. We put in our like, I don't know what we put in. We put in $50 each or something like that so we could pay for it, and you know, all that stuff. And then we started having meetings. Like we got some people. I feel like we had like in addition to us, there were like 3 people. I feel like it was you.
Yep.
It was Carol.
Yep.
And then it was Swan. Oh, and then there was another woman named Tanisha who she left the industry kind of early. I forgot what her last name was. But anyway, so it was like, I think 10 of us for the longest time, because one of the people that, you know, founded it with us, she kind of dropped off, right? So then it just ended up being 6 of us rather than 7. But it was 10 of us for the longest time.
Yeah. Yeah. In our meetings.
Yeah. Yeah. And we would just be in our meetings talking about like our different experiences and all that stuff. And then COVID hits, and then George Floyd happened, and then Black Lives Matter. And then all of a sudden we get an influx of organizers, like BIPOC organizers from around the country.
We went from 10 to like 100 real quick.
Like overnight, right? It was like overnight. Like overnight. And we're like, oh my God, what do we do? We're not used to
it. What do we do with all these people?
Right. So saying all that to say, so for me, it's just about empowering women and helping women, really, you know, like I think that especially Black women, we are so powerful. We're so talented. It's like, we have gone through so much, especially in this country, right? We have gone through so much. We do so much for others. We give of ourselves so much. Like I mentioned earlier, our grandmothers and great-grandmothers and great-great-grandmothers have been raising people's children, have been cleaning people's homes, you know, have been nursing people's children. Like we have been caring for this nation for so long. And I think when a Black woman wants to start a business, they need that support, right? We need that support. And I feel like no one supports Black women like other Black women.
Absolutely.
So I think that, you know, creating that group has really shown through. Like it's shown me that, like it's reinforced my belief that no one supports Black women like other Black women do. And so that's why I think it's important. Now, of course, NABPO is open to all BIPOC people, not just women, but just coincidentally, it's women that join.
Yeah.
So
when you started NABPO, were you a part of NABPO?
I wasn't. I was a part of ICD, but I was not a part of NABPO.
Okay.
I didn't become a part of NABPO until it was well after I was a certified professional organizer, because I joined ICD. Yeah, I joined ICD, and that's where I did all of my CEUs and education, and then I took the test, because you don't have to be a NABPO member to
be
certified professional organizer. So I just got all my stuff through ICD, and I loved ICD because, you know, all the different things that you learn about, and it didn't feel how NABPO felt, you know, like NABPO had this feeling along with it, like perhaps this.
Somebody said hoity-toity. Somebody recently said that too.
I would say that, but I would also say like this is for me. This isn't for you. You know, more like a feeling like I can access NABPO. I have access to all these things, but this isn't really for you.
Yeah,
you don't belong here. That's what it felt like. I just
exclusive,
right? Like I felt like I didn't belong. You know, like I felt like I did not belong, even though there were so many people throughout my career in the beginning who'd say, join NABPO, join NABPO. You should join NABPO. When are you going to join NABPO? This and that. And it's like, no, I don't feel like I belong. And it wasn't until I started feeling like NABPO was becoming more inclusive.
Yeah.
Then decided.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, listen, it's because of, I feel like NABPO that I am where I am today. It's because of you guys creating that. It has helped so many of us, and will continue to help so many women along the way. Yeah. Well, listen, we are over an hour. Thank you so much. We could do this all day and talk, but we have lives. You have 2 whole children. I have 2 grown children. They're taking care of me now, okay? Listen.
I can't wait.
I know. It's such a blessing. I thought I wanted a daughter, but God knew. that I needed these two boys. They love me so hard, and I'm so grateful for them.
I love that. I still kind of want a daughter, but I have nieces, so I'm fine. I'm good.
I know. I still kind of want a daughter, but I have a lot of nieces, and I'm thinking, well, maybe one day my boys will have a daughter. And
that's what I'm hoping too. I'm like, please let me have a granddaughter one day.
If they have a daughter, they really won't have one. I'll have a daughter.
Right. That's how you get your daughter, through your kids.
Yes. Well, Naeemah, thank you so much for being here today. Love talking to you. And you guys, remember, if whatever system, strategy you are putting in place, if it's not saving you space, time, energy, and money, you want to rethink it, you want to revisit it, you want to tweak it. And if you are interested in being a guest here on the podcast, you want to just have a conversation about organization, I would love to chat with you. Or if you just have a question about organization, you can definitely submit that to us at info@extremeaudacity.com, and we'll get your topic into rotation. We'll get you into rotation, and we would just love to have you here. So until next time, once again, thank you, Naeemah, for being here. We will catch you guys on the next podcast.
Bye. Ciao.